So since you're an army deserter, what are you doing with this military insignia? What are you doing with them?
Before I came back, I told my brother to pack everything and keep in one basket, which the policeman will testify that everything was sold in one basket.
Were you not supposed to hand over?
Since I came back, I've not been to that house.
No, we're not saying being to the. What we are saying is that since you are no longer, I
traveled to Kaduna State last week with everything.
No, we are asking you from the point of knowledge, not ignorance.
Yes.
Are you not supposed? You know, as a yes. Are you not supposed to hand over?
That was why I asked everything to be arranged in one.
We are just supposed to be in your possession while you had left the Nigerian military. That's the question.
Everything was kept.
No, it's not the question.
We're
just supposed to be in your possession.
No,
that's what we're saying.
It's not meant to be under my possession. The ones I traveled with, I left it at my mother's. Everything. ID card, everything.
So you say you have no link with the jailbreak?
No.
What about the separatist group?
No.
So what were you doing with this barrette?
No, I wasn't doing anything.
What were you doing with this one? This one now? This one, they are not military insignia.
Yes.
So what are they? This one now, what are they? No, hold on, sir. Hold on. No, let him tell us. We want to know. What are these things? These two caps. What are they?
These two caps. The only thing I was arrested with was my phone.
Phone. Yes. So you had nothing to do with this.
I have nothing to do with all these things.
All these were recovered in his house. In his
Tell us.
So tell us now.
I have nothing to do with it.
You have no loyalty with any court group. You're not a courtist.
For the mere fact that he has admitted that all these things were recovered in his house.
Prove all these things.
All we are saying.
Okay.
As you can see, this is the double barrel gun that was recovered in his house when the house was
recovered in my house.
You can see the pistol
in my house.
You see the axe? Are you seeing them? The cutlass? They were all recovered in his house when his house was searched. So these are the uniforms. He changed with at any given time. Are you seeing it? As somebody who has deserted the army or who is dismissed, he is not supposed to. He is not supposed to be in possession of all this. But because of his criminal mind and what he is using them for, that's why he concealed them. And he has been using them.
Ex-soldier being paraded as unknown gunman in Imo tries to prove his identity. A few days ago, a young man identified as Godwin Chukwuemeka was paraded at the Imo State Police Command headquarters in Owerri for his alleged involvement in the recent attacks in the state. The report had it that Chukwuemeka, an ex-soldier, was arrested inside the ceiling of his house roof at the Nekede area of the state. However, a video has surfaced showing the suspect explaining what transpired before his arrest. In a live video shared on Facebook by Chije Bube Okeoma, the Imo State correspondent of Punch newspaper, the suspect can be heard talking about why he went and hid inside the ceiling. According to him, while still in the Nigerian army, he enrolled for a part-time program at the Federal Polytechnic in Ekede, where he was studying urban and regional planning. The suspect alleged that while in the school, the army recalled him to Kaduna due to insurgencies. However, the timing clashed with his HND final exam, which made him request for an exit permit to go for his exams. With his request turned down, he decided to go on his own, leading to his dismissal from the army. Wow, okay, that's a bit harsh. When asked about his role in the jailbreak that took place in the state a few months ago, the suspect bluntly denied it, insisting that he had never been involved in any criminal act. Again, the suspect was asked about why he was arrested, and he alleged that he had a misunderstanding with his apartment's caretaker, who threatened to deal with him. According to the suspects, the caretaker, a native of Nekede, went and brought some boys to come and attack him, prompting him to leave the house for a friend's place. It was at his friend's house within the same Nekede that he observed that some people were coming after him, which made him take cover inside the ceiling. Well, in the video, the suspect can be heard as he maintained that he had no link with any secessionist group. And that's it. Oh, wow. I guess this sort of, without obviously the explanation and of course the video evidence, then I guess we'd never really know if he was genuine. And of course, this sort of gives strength to the rumors that, not rumors, but obviously things have not been confirmed. We can classify them as rumors, but the rumors that, people are being mislabeled as unknown gunmen, and that's an excuse for them to be killed or detained or be harassed. And this just shows that, if this man had not explained everything, again, his story seems to make sense, because they can easily just go back to the polytechnic that he's studying at and just get evidence that, okay, fine, he's a student first of all, and of course his friends as well, where he was staying, that can also prove that, okay, fine, he moved from one point A to point B. So again, the story that is given here seems to be very logical, and with his point of references, it makes it very much easy for us to trace. Example, we can go back to the army and ask for the dismissal letter. We can also go as well to the polytechnic to prove that he is actually studying there, and of course, and prove that the days that he was meant to return to the army and his exam date also clashed. So these things obviously make it very easy for us to catch this person in a lie or not. And that's just what it is. But I think the main point here that we basically need to focus on is the fact that, without proper investigation, it is very much like in the Southeast that a lot of people, including this army man, imagine he was not in the army. It just shows that even without proper investigation, a lot of people a lot of young men specifically are most likely to be profiled to be part of secessionist groups or part of, quote, unknown gunmen, and will be harassed. So yeah, let us look at the comment section. So the first person here says, I am an Igbo man. Honestly, this young man identified as Godwin Chukwuemeka must have a criminal record for having been dismissed from the army and still does not return the army uniform in his possession back to the Nigerian army. Must have ulterior motives for keeping them. He is not an IPOB nor ASN member, so should be treated as a criminal. What? Okay, this is not making sense to me at all. We're just gonna ignore that. Somebody else says, Igbos will never admit it, even with evidence, how a genuine soldier will hide for security operatives. Tomorrow they tell you the leader of ESN has been killed. Any innocent person that they killed, they tag him ESN. That is, as I said before, it's exactly the same thing. Nigeria is not a country at all. Animal Farm. Animal Farm, I'm not sure about the content, but I think it's a storybook or a play that sort of shows injustice. It does show injustice. I think is meant to replicate how it is in the animal kingdom, and of course with chickens and all that in a farm, and also show the injustice that sort of is pictured in the human world. And I think it was between black and white, but of course it went, obviously, with the Animal Farm book or play being very popular, it goes into a lot of power play, sort of injustice and all that, which is obviously relatable for this situation. Somebody here says that is correct. According to his interview I watched, the police people were forcing him to say what he did not do. Again, it's at least, okay, do you know what, this even gives a whole new turn to the whole conversation, and how a lot of times, if it's even portrayed in movies of the Nigerian police, where you're forced to say things under duress, as in because they want to I don't know, maybe it's laziness. They want to be done with the investigative process. They force a lot of people to say things that they did not do. And of course, this thing of torture, this is literally like breach of human rights. I mean, this thing of torture, I don't know if it still goes on, but of course, from the movies that we see, it's very much like if you don't say the truth, they'd get something like an electrocuting board or something to electrocute you or just physically harm you to the extent where you cannot take it anymore and you have to say the truth. It may work, but then obviously it's also used as a tool to make people take blame for others or, just admit to what they did not do. So again, that's it. This man is innocent. The police gave him that local gun. It is a setup. How do you know that? Somebody here says the statement of this young man is straight. Absolutely, because again, with every point and with any a link to his whole story, each link has a reference point. As in, they can go to the polytechnic, they can go to the army, they can go to the friends, and you can go back to where he lived and the caretaker, as well as the tenant. So with every link and with every chain and with the chain of his story, they do seem to match up. And of course, each chain or each part of the chain has a reference point where he cannot really hide from it because he's literally name dropping. So it must be that he's telling the truth. Somebody here says, let there be proper investigation. The man may be innocent. The man is innocent. Well, in my opinion, because again, I have no facts to prove this, but he seems to be innocent. When you say let there be proper investigation, well, the fact is they've investigated enough, and this is what has happened. The fact is, I don't even think that investigation I don't know what the investigation process is like in the country, because a lot of things do go unchecked. So again, it's like, who are you asking to go through and do proper investigation? Put what you think about this, and don't forget to like and subscribe.